And I think it should have begun, correct? Oh, just like 2 days back at work, and my left shoulder is already kind of pissing me off. It's more of a problem during work, though. I honestly really hate the workspace that I have somehow. Hello, chat. This is the second day working on our Helena launch day drawing. So right now, as we left off yesterday, we have this sketch, correct? That's where everything is right now. Hmm. For what I should work on today, I believe I'll be doing line art mostly. Ugh, I'm kind of tired. I did go for a run today. That's something. But, yeah. Hmm. I think yesterday's progress was pretty good. Like, I think this looks like a decent drawing so far. But there's quite a lot of work left to be done in order to bring it into the finished state. Like, this is like a nice picture, but it's super far from being done. I need to find the motivation and energy to continue working on it and not lose pace. Otherwise, we really don't have that much time to fuck around, so yeah. How about we just get to it? Today might be a shorter stream, I don't know. Like, I might end up needing to take a nap or something later. We'll see. Here now, obviously we start line art today, but I'll probably only plan to finish Helena's line art. I don't think we're gonna be able to get much of the riggings done today. I say plan to finish Helena's, I'm not even sure I'll be able to do that, but it's a goal, something to strive for. And as I think I mentioned yesterday, I don't remember if I spoke about it, I intend to do alternative lines this time instead of the vector layer pencil line art. I'm gonna try doing the thin gouache sort of more variable lines style. Because, I don't know. Maybe that's the future for me. Who knows? Huh? Alright. So let's pick up the pen. Where's our reference to images? Here's one. So there's that Shimakaze I was mainly using as our initial refs. She's so cute, man. If only I could do you justice as a real artist. God. So how do we want to do this? I think, first off, blue you, and then make it even more transparent. Maybe lock it in for now. Something like this, fine. I'm probably gonna hide the screens also, because they are just gonna be in the way. And then, oh, it's Alright, so with that, are we doing black lines or are we doing variable colors? This discomfort in my left shoulder is actually pissing me the fuck off. It's only been 2 days. It's definitely not a repetitive action thing because I took a long enough break for it to not be a thing if it was the case, I think. This is just something related to the space that I work in to begin with, isn't it? More reasons to hate my job. God. Um. Let me check. This stream better be unlisted. Like, there should be no viewers at all. If this stream has a viewer, I will die. So let's go with Black Lion for now because it is easier to deal with. How about it? Hair, head, mane. So here we are. Temo para o. Oh, that's thick. What the hell? Is that right? So the Shimikaze also seems to use black lines or something pretty close to it. Let me set my workspace up so that's relatively comfy to work in, and then we'll start. Do I need to shift the tablet or something anywhere? Where is her official art? Shit. You know what? Trust in your gut. I'm not using any real references for how to do line art in this style because, well, I'm just doing it as is. Just trust your gut. Most natural feeling way to do the line art, that's what you should do. I don't remember if I talked about this one yesterday, but Jed has sent me that one like some kind of meetup event this Sunday, I believe it was, where it's an artist meetup type of thing. It's in Cap Hill. It's like 3 hours long. I think it's at some cafe. I didn't remember looking that closely, but I think it was at some cafe. Either way, the point is, it is an event, right, that artists go to. So maybe I should try going there. Maybe I'll meet some fellow artists. Maybe I'll be a shunned outcast. I doubt it, but obviously, like the fucking thoughts always creep in the head. But the point is, it's a place where artists go. In my mind, I've always kind of rationalized as like it's kind of hard to meet other artists because most of us are shut-ins. But there are events and opportunities for us to potentially meet each other. So if you never go to them, you really are the only one to blame, correct? In that case, we should go. I don't know. Either way, I think I need to sign up for it if I want to go, and the sign-ups only allow up to 20 people. I'm gonna have to check later if it still has any openings, because if it doesn't, I guess I don't get to go this week. I'm assuming it happens every once in a while. It's not just a single event that happens one time ever. But I might also be wrong on that. I don't know. We'll see. It surely is a consistent event. Even if it's like monthly, it should happen more than once ever. My guess. But yeah. One thing that I am concerned about is that I don't think I really have any prowess drawing physically. Like you watch, if you watch my streams or anything that I do, you can tell that I'm very prone to doing Control Z and a lot of that kind of adjustments and fixing type shit, right? I think this style is actually more close to drawing physically, but I still use Control Z. The reason I say that is because I do the little scratchy things that you would do with like pencil. But I don't know. I don't know. Once again, though, if you want to make friends, if you want to meet people, and the main thing that you like doing is art, this is an opportunity to meet fellow artists. Even if they're not hard into anime type shit, I'm sure someone there could appreciate stuff like Xenoblade, maybe Arknights, right? Like there might not be an Azur Lane artist there, sure, but that's not usually what I present to others when I tell them I draw anyways. Like, yeah, we are perfectly aware how that looks. Let's not get too distracted. Let's just pop in the Discord to see if there's any messages from anyone. There are not. At least not that I care to really talk about or read right now. Um, Let me check. Wait, where's the Shimikaze? How does the Shimikaze do lines? It's pretty clean, isn't it? Yeah. We also want to probably do the same then. Shimikaze doesn't actually go into super high detail on all the lines, which is very fair, to be honest. I feel like I am doing too much right now anyways. Yeah, we can thin lines and figure that all out later. For now, let's just make it decent looking. I was watching Road to the Top before I started drawing, just as like a little break from running. Funny, right? Running break is just watching others run. But Road to the Top has been pretty good so far. I mean, it's not as theatrical as the movie by any means. It feels fairly rushed compared to the seasonal animes too, but
Animation is still fine, and like, yeah, it all looks good. TM Opera O getting a spotlight is good. Overall, I don't really have any complaints about it, and just, you know, it's more Uma Musume anime, it's decent. I haven't watched season 3 yet. I hear season 3 is kind of mid, but Foof keeps saying that he hears that it's better than season 2. I don't know. Season two's animation was nothing spectacular by any means, but the overall plot with Teo and shit was pretty nice, I guess. My queen Teo. I enjoyed it. So one thing that I've always noticed that I'm not sure how I'm supposed to go around is that, like right here, I'm doing very, very clean lines for everything, right? Even in this style that is semi-painter when it comes to the final appearance, the lines that I have to do in order to feel comfortable working with it is always very clean, and that's a lot of work, right? So it's not, this isn't in itself, this isn't really a solution right now to my dilemma of feeling like I'm doing too much for something that should be able to be done more easily. This doesn't solve that. If anything, I think this is more work than the usual vector line art because I have to care about modulation more, but I don't have that much of a frame of reference because I don't do this style very often. So maybe it's actually easier once I get into the flow. Because I do also allow myself to get a little more messy with the lines than I usually would with the other style. And maybe that is just the key. I just need to figure out a certain level of line messiness that I'm okay with. Stop.
We can figure that out later. We don't need to do too much detail, that's the thing. That's the entire point I'm trying to make. Alright, so that's that. I think the hair extensions now go onto a separate layer. Ugh, give me a minute. Shoulder break. Oh. Okay. I didn't see that. Ow. Apparently I had caps on accidentally. Cool. Alright, back to it. This is where it's going to be a little tough. We have to figure out where we want to line and where we just want to let it flow naturally. In fact, this is where I'm most concerned about the fact that we do lines for like everything. Is like, this is going to be a huge bottleneck, isn't it? Unless I can figure out a good way to do these lines. Maybe this is fine. I mean, Artico does some kind of similar shit with some of her hair, right? It's not fully cleanly blocked in all the way. There's another actually, yeah, give me a second. There is a recent Helena that I found, not that I found, but that was posted, that I think had pretty good, like, strandy hair. It's the one by Anon, the bath towel Helena. Yeah, this is very strandy. Excuse me.
I don't know if I'll be able to really use it too much here because the strands are functionally different when they're like sticky wet versus like flowing inside water, but I will see. Teema opera o, teema opera o. This is tiring, bro. Like, I just constantly feel like I gotta readjust and reevaluate every stroke I do. Let's do that so I can better visibility on this. Where's that one catching that I always use as a hair reference? Let me pull that up too. It's on the same group of tabs as my Helena reference pictures. What if it got deleted? Could you imagine? If this catching was like completely removed from the internet, I would be very sad. I've downloaded it, but that would mean the artist themselves is like removing themselves from the internet or something. So, still sad. You know, I don't think we need the line thickness to be that perfect. Because it won't matter once we start adding base colors in and shit, right? Yeah, I've been using this sketching as a reference since like 2022, so I've gotten a lot of mileage out of this one artwork. I don't use it for every piece, but I use it pretty often. And even when I don't use it, usually I refer to one of my own pieces, which may have used it as a reference, so indirectly I'm still like referring to it, right? I feel like that at least. Uh, da da da. You want to stream to the Rabbit and Steel Discord, perhaps? I'm not unwilling to do so. I'll be here for a little while, at least a couple hours. So maybe it's yeah, sure. I'll go sit in there. Or I could stream to Ga, which is the branch off of Rabbit and Steel, the one that E2 is in because E2 got banned from the main server. Do I want to stream to the RNS server? I wonder. I haven't been in there in a while. At least I haven't joined VC in a while because I was elsewhere. I was in Arizona. And like I just didn't feel like it at the time. When I was in, what did I do in Arizona? Like I wasn't hanging out with friends every day. In fact, I only hung out with them maybe 5 days out of the, what was I there for 9 days? So like half of the time I was just dicking around in my own room on my own, right? What exactly did I do? Watch, so, oh yeah, we got some news, or rather, we got an announcement that there will be news for Silk Song in about 2 days. It's less than 2 days by now in terms of hours, but it's on the Thursday that we'll be hearing about it, so. It would be really funny in a sort of twisted way if the news was that it was getting cancelled. I doubt it, but you know, it would be really twisted funny. There's no way, right? Yeah, either way, we're getting some kind of news, is all I know. One thing that I can learn from Ariko's line art is that you don't have to close off every single line, right? You don't have to do that. Ariko certainly doesn't. I'm used to doing it in my general style that I've used, but you don't gotta. Ain't no way you're supposed to call Mayano just Top Gun. Hmm. Bourbon. Helena has more hair volume in my sketch than Shimakaze does in the reference, which is fine. That looks okay from a distance, right? Because most of this just needs to look okay from a vibes and feels sort of section. Personally, I kind of half understand like the whole don't draw hentai of Umumusume in like some concept, but also it's like these aren't your horses. These are anime girls that have the similar name to your horse. Like, I get it, but I also kind of think it's bullshit. Me personally, I don't draw hentai to begin with. Not really. So it's not affecting what I want to draw really, but like I feel like a number of the people who police it are not doing it because they really care about the horse owner's wishes, but just because they're prudes. That's all. Denounce all forms of sexuality. There's like a concerning amount of this generation that is like doing that. It's like sex isn't inherently a bad thing. Yeah, exploitation is bad, but that's not just because a man wants to have sex with a woman, that doesn't make it exploitation. You know? Like, it is okay to want to have sex with people to some degree. Obviously, within the realms of, like, yeah, they should be of age, they should be consenting adults. Sure. And, like, there's so many people who just want to police interactions beyond that, even. It's like, come on, man. Okay, a little break again. We just gotta take like a micro break every couple of minutes. I think NSFW channels are genuinely some of the funniest things that Discord chat like servers can have. Cause it's like, bro, we don't really need to know what you're gooning to right now, you know? Like on one hand, I don't mind the idea of sharing artwork, but on the other hand, generally it's like y'all are sharing things that are not relevant to anyone else's interest. It's just your own kind of thing, right? It's not like I'm in a Fire Emblem Discord and I am sharing Fire Emblem porn. Sure, that makes sense. No, you're just sharing like whatever the fuck ass shit you're gooning to right now. Like, dude, it's funny. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I just think it's really funny that people feel like they gotta do this. I would never, personally. Even in the correct context, I probably wouldn't do it. Because, like, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. The only exception I have to this is I would share NSFW if I personally drew it. But I just never really ever draw it to begin with, so I have nothing to share in that regards. I've drawn it rarely, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. Very, very rarely. I prefer wholesome Chungus 100 type shit, you know? I'm one of those guys. Alright, curl this end too, because that's what we do. Okay, something's off. Let me. This is too fat. This strand right here is very fat. And this end should be thin and loop around. And like a little curl, like so. Maybe not that sharp of an edge, but you get the idea, right? Mm. When's Enfield gonna have any kind of release date, man? Game companies and their I can't show you guys any release dates anymore because we really just don't know ever. This shit's been announced for years upon years upon years. Like, where are you in this stage of development? It's not like Silksong is an indie game. There's a little bit of a nuance here. Indies will take more time to potentially more time to develop depending on the scale scope of the game. With how big Hollow Knight blew up to be, probably way bigger than Team Cherry ever imagined their silly little bug game would get. The scope creep that I imagine happened for Silksong is probably absurd. Not that it's like a good thing that they did it, but I think it at least makes sense. For shit like Enfield, I mean, it's made by a big gacha company, Hypergriff. Like, they should know better. And yeah, I'm assuming Enfield's going to be a way more predatory in its monetization scheme than the base Arknights game was. Like, I'm very well not gonna play Enfield. I'll give it a shot probably right now. Like, I have enough of a goodwill towards Arknights itself that I'm willing to give Enfield a shot. But if it turns like if I see any sign of it being like a dipshit garbage like Genshin or any of those similar clone games, I'm dropping it. Like I'm not looking to get into another bull fucking ass gotcha at the end of the day. Like I know getting into a gotcha inherently is already kind of stupid as fuck, but at least like aesthetically pleasing, right? And Enfield is one of the best looking gotchas I've ever seen, I think. It's just straight up a tier above the rest that I've seen. Every single one of them. I don't even know if I want to try Promelia, to be honest with you. Promelia? Ozzer Promelia? Like, part of me is like, yeah, maybe I'm willing to give it a shot just because it has the Manju Ozzer name in it. But at the same time, like, do I really care? No. Like, I don't have any particular attachment to it because it's new. It's brand new. It's not a sequel. It's unrelated. And so, it has to stand on its own for me to care. And, well, as of now, I'm just not confident that it will, simply because it's so late to the game. It's trying to be a somewhat of a Genshin clone that has Pokemon, I think, aspects to it. And it's just so late to the game that I really don't know, man. Hmm. This is slow progress. Ugh. Breaking right now. Why you? That better not be AI generated porn. As much as I like think it's funny to post that kind of gooner shit, if it starts turning into the AI gen shit, you better not. It's Green Storm, so I have faith that he wouldn't post it. Actually, no, I don't, because he thought it would be funny to do a little rate my unit thing using AI generated images as the like cover for each of the characters. Like, fuck off. No, don't do that. Ugly ass. Never mind, I don't have any faith that he wouldn't do that. Obviously, I'm like he was mocking AI with it, sure, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't do it because it was funny and generate AI fucking porn of some cartoon characters. But yeah, I mean, AI shit never is like unable to do dark skin properly because the training data is not big enough, isn't it? Isn't that right? You know, your naturally racist AIs. The future is now, man. I don't want. If this is the future, I don't want it. I'm one of the old men. I just don't understand how Agnes Tachyon can be running a shitty wit debuffer card deck and still get 400k fans, no sweat. Like, nice nature, how ass are you? Not only do you struggle to clear, but even if you do somehow fucking clear and win everything, you only get like 250k. Nature, you are so fucking ass. Tachyon is just built different, brother. And she has access to almost the exact same set of skills. Because most of them come from the cards, right? She just lacks the level 2 for gaze and murmur. Sharp gaze and murmur, to be clear. Rice shower. I ended up picking McQueen over Rice shower. Lol. Sorry, Rice. But Big Mac is the prio here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Part of it had to do with meta. Because I had heard McQueen's skill was better for Parenthood. But like, I don't know. I like McQueen a lot too. She was my first pick initially, and then I saw Rice, and I was like, you know what? I actually think Rice is really cute. Okay, little break again. Why? Fuck. But Gentile Donna. Is Narita Brian, is she okay. She's the most John Uma Musume of all. Medium, long, pace, late runner. Turf, by the way, no dirt. Quite literally the most John Uma Musume of them all. She does have 10% speed, 20% stamina, which are like two of the most important stats. And she has the homestretch haste better version, the gold version. That's crazy. Yeah, no, she's probably pretty good. As far as I'm aware, wait, what's her unique? Velocity when passing on the outside, on the final corner, or later. It's just a velocity increase. I mean, from what I understand, yeah, she's good, but I don't fucking care. I don't want Brian that much. Because the main reason is just Mayano's wedding outfit is next banner. I think soon at least. If it's not the next one, it's the one after. Okay, I should get back to drawing. Back to drawing. Um, oh, the softest feather departed 11 times, and then something once again or whatever. If you don't know, you don't know. Don't worry about it. I didn't decode the language on my own. Zach gave me the key basically, and I read it with that. I didn't have to like go through and figure it all out on my own. Sometimes I wonder would I have appreciated the experience of solving it on my own. At the time, I definitely don't think I would have had the patience to, but I hella respect those individuals who managed to do so. I know one such guy, his name, the Pronimal slash Shulg, whatever you want to call him. Some guy that I met on Google Plus years ago, and I mean, he's an acquaintance friend, sort of. We've chatted before. It's not like I chat consistently with the man, but hey. He has a terrible father, is what I can say. His father is a fucking horrible human being. And I have no, like, genuinely no advice I can give you. I don't know how you're supposed to deal with an individual like that besides just leave their ass. Get the fuck out of this household. But it's not that easy, is it? It's never that easy. Because money. Oh, baby. He does, in fact, have the money and control a lot of the household as it currently stands. But maybe over time, Shulk will be able to get his own, like, shit together. He has a job, so he's not, like, hopeless or anything. He's just. Even if you have a job, that doesn't mean you have money in this day and age. Could you imagine working unpaid positions because it'll get you forward in life? A promise, by the way.
Corporations surely aren't abusing unpaid positions and internships to get free labor. No, they're actually giving you an opportunity that they normally wouldn't even offer to people, right? Yeah, I fucking hate corporations. I hate capitalism. This is old news, though. I don't need to talk about it anymore right now. Yeah. Now that I think about it, the bell tower doesn't ring at night. Like, I never really thought about that, but does it even ring past noon? It definitely doesn't ring at night, because I do not really think I've ever heard it, like, ringing even in the evening. But, like, I can definitely hear it when it rings during the morning. So either I am very deaf and I have just missed that it actually rings at night, or it doesn't, and there's a certain hour which it stops ringing. I am not here for most like of the day, so I don't know when exactly it stops ringing. I wouldn't have the. I don't think I can hear it from the office because I don't remember ever having heard it from the office itself. It's a bit farther, so it makes sense. Is there any chance that I could get an artist GF online, you think? You already know, but like I'm just wondering. You already know who. Do you have what it takes to deal with a long distance? Probably not. I don't know. We're adults here, right? Surely. I don't know about that. I've never even had a short distance, to be fair. That seems like a little bit ambitious to go for. Oh boy, this hair is very flailing. How long have I been working on this? There's an absurd amount of volume in this hair. Helena's just pretty, bro. I love long hair. I love drawing this type of hair. This shit is so fun. This is probably my favorite like part of this drawing, if I had to bet, is just this hair, and everything after it is gonna be a chore. Save the best for first, That's what they always say. Okay, back to kaching for this one, because it's got more thickness and volume. This specific strand. I wonder if Bryce like forgot to fix his Hoyo account or whatever and it got deleted, so his Genshin account is gone. On one hand, that's freedom from Genshin forever, which is a good thing. On the other hand, it's kind of sad to have like literally years of progress just erased like that. I am at fault for introducing Bryce to Genshin back in the day when we shared an apartment. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was junior year, not senior year, that I was just playing Genshin on the TV because Genshin had come out just like days prior, and I had played it for like 11 hours the first day and like another 8 hours the second day and some shit like that. And so it was like, oh, we have a TV, right? Let me try HDMI connection to the TV. Now, my old laptop, I'm pretty sure I played Genshin at 30 FPS on that because if I played it at 60, it would run even hotter. Like it was running hot playing it at 30, but it would go even hotter
at 60 FPS, so I didn't want that. I played it lower most of the time. I touched on 60 FPS on occasion just to see, like, yeah, like this is smooth, this is nice, but I only like kept it on there for a couple minutes at most usually. When I got my final PC build, which is this PC that I'm currently using, that was like the first game I benchmark test with. It's just Genshin fucking Impact. Now, yeah, it's a mobile game, but when you play it with like higher graphics settings, it looks pretty nice in my anime art style, um, a supremacist opinion. It looks decent. It's not that demanding of a game, but I think it's one of the most demanding games that I personally ever am interested in playing to begin with. So it was my benchmark test. And yeah, it ran very smoothly, and the fans and shit cooling system kept the computer at like 50 Celsius, which is insane considering my laptop was running idle like 70, 80 in the past, like idle, so it was going to 90 plus to 100 if I was running 60 FPS. Like it was bullshit. That thing was gonna blow up, I swear. But yeah, I mean, I don't play Genshin very much at all anymore. Apparently there was some free Bennett skin with some event recently. I just didn't even touch it. I was first off in Arizona, so the only way I could have played it was on my laptop, and I wasn't about to do that. I just didn't have any interest in doing so. And then when I got back the day of, I just was tired, so I went to sleep. I didn't actually go to sleep. I think I just... What did I do? Oh yeah, no. I was busy. I went shopping. I went shopping at like 8 p.m. Because H Mart doesn't close till 9:30, and then Safeway doesn't close till 1. So like I just went shopping at late in the night after a whole day of being out flying and all that other garbage. I was tired, but I was like, I may as well get the chores done now, otherwise I'm gonna have to do it later anyways. Yeah, that's what happened the day I returned, which was like 2 days ago. I've only Yesterday I streamed a bit of drawing. That's because the tablet didn't arrive until yesterday, so I wasn't able to. And yeah, I figured out yesterday also on stream that the issue wasn't actually the tablet, it was the pen. So I could have just bought a new pen and it probably would have worked. But I wasn't confident that it was just the pen, to be honest with you. Like, my diagnosis was based on my observations of the symptoms, and I just was like, it's flashing like it's flashing the detection, meaning that the I was assuming the power to the tablet was not being consistently supplied, so it would flash. I think my assumption was pretty reasonable too, because my final assumption is the cord is not, or like the connection is like loose, and it is loose. It's so loose compared to this new tablet. So like I genuinely just that's what I thought it was, and I was like, yeah, that means I gotta get a new tablet. Pen shouldn't do anything. Because, like, flashing detection makes no fucking sense. The tablet can well, at least in my mind, it didn't make sense, right? So the tablet can detect the pen when it's hovering. If it was detecting the pen, but not detecting the press, I might have assumed it was the pen's problem, because then it's something about the pressure sensitivity that's off. But it wasn't even detecting the hover. And in my mind, I'm like, the hovering has to be like some kind of electromagnetic bullshit, right? So in that case, why wouldn't it detect? If it's electromagnetic, that shouldn't have to do with the mechanism of the pen. That just has to do with some internal thing that sends electromagnetics. Now, now that I'm thinking about it again in my mind, I think a third explanation is that the electromagnetic magnetics thing was broken, and that part of the pen was inconsistently getting power. Because the power entirely comes from the touchless bullshit, whatever the hell, right? Like, it's proximity charging the pen when you put it close to the tablet. So maybe that part of the pen was simply not consistently actually going to the battery anymore. Maybe the battery was just like blown the fuck up. And so it would flash on and off when it sometimes gets power and then just die a second later. It may be. Like, very well, it could have been something like that. Thinking about it again, that's not out of the question, I suppose. But all I know is at the end of the day, this new one works like a charm, so I have no complaints. It's $40. It was like an $80 tablet when I bought it 6 years ago. So this shit is so much cheaper now, and it's still probably one of the best on the market for this like price, especially for the price range. But like this tablet is good. I don't really like that it has a rougher surface than the old one because I'm pretty sure that will just wear out the pen tip faster with no actual benefit because I am so accustomed to drawing on a slick surface anyways. Like I do not care if the tablet has no texture. I would rather it have no texture because then I can like that yeah, then it doesn't wear out the pen tip, doesn't wear out my glove, doesn't that kind of shit. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, let's finish up the hair at least right now. I don't know if I'm gonna finish up the rest right now then. The body and this hair took a long time. Like 2.5 hours maybe. I'll check the time afterwards, but it definitely did take a while. Um Te amo para o. Is this Mo acting like Uma Musume getting popular is some kind of cultural victory, like you did anything? Brother, Uma Musume in itself is good, has been good, and I've never really been a doubter of that. I just simply didn't want to play a Japanese client. So I was refusing to get into it until they brought it to English. Like, you didn't do anything there, really. This shit was already good to begin with. It's not like yeah, the reason people don't get into these things before is just because it wasn't in like their language. It's nothing to do with like, oh, like I had an eye for quality actually. No. I could tell already from like designs and like the general aesthetic that I probably would be a fan of it anyways. Yeah. It had nothing to do with your influence, I suppose. Like I had been keeping up with Uma news in general because I wanted the English release. I was waiting for that shit. No, maybe it is better than I expected it to be, but in worse in other ways. The game is actually a lot worse than I expected it to be, personally. Maybe not a lot worse, but the game is not that good. The overall, like, art stuff is pretty good. The anime is really good. The designs in the game are fine. It's just the gameplay is fucking ass. Yeah. Like, I can definitely see myself dropping the game just because it's really cancer to play. It's also like a competitive gacha game. Like, yeah, I guess it makes sense that a racing game would be competitive, somewhat. But you gotta actually like put in pretty high amounts of effort to stay on top of it. Something like Ozzer Lane is very much a brain dead relaxing game. Sure, there's so little content in Ozzer that asks you to think. Actually, pretty much nothing asks you to think really for yourself. That like I would question whether it's even worth playing to begin with. But Uma Musume, it's not that hard to play. It's just extremely tedious because of how much RNG and layers of RNG there are. No matter what, you'll get RNG screwed up every once in a while. You can put yourself in the best scenario possible, the best chance of success, and you will still just lose 1% trainings. You'll still just get 4 mood downs in a row. Some bullshit will happen, and there is nothing you could have done. That's just the nature of this RNG shitfest of a game. I don't find it fun, to be honest. But there's like that level of like dedication, I suppose, that my stupid ass has for keeping up with games. I still slightly keep up with Blue Archive in spite of really not being that much of a fan of it anymore. I just couldn't get into the new story arc after they ended the first one. Like, the first one was pretty good. I won't, like, cap. I think Blue Archive had a decent enough storyline initially. But right now, this new shit is just whatever. I do not care about all the 50,000 new characters you're trying to introduce. This new threat that doesn't even exist. Like, I just do not give a fuck, bro. The horse commentators in the races are funny. The way that they like really quickly repeat the characters' names all over as they like make their way. Dance flame jungara poketu, dance flame jungara poketu. The races are so intense. Even knowing the like outcomes because I've seen the movie before, it's just like the music, the whole vibe, the like composition of the shots and like the action and the amount of speed that they like portray, it's just really exhilarating. It's so good. These animes are like peak. It's peak in a number of ways. The storyline is very basic, of course. It's just I want to be the strongest. And like it's said so many times, I almost think it's kind of corny whenever she says like, "Yeah, then I'll be the strongest." Ha ha ha. Like, yeah, I get it. You want to be the strongest racer, the most racist. That's what you want to be, correct? Yeah, I don't know. But the animation's good. So they were really flexing on this with the animations that they put out. That shit was just bad shit insane in many places. Like they have money to spare, man. They got so much fucking money to throw at this shit in this horse game. Hmm. I'm thinking about drawing Ariko's OC around October, but I feel like that might be too on the nose. Nagara is less on the nose, so Ariko's free to ignore Nagara if she feels like it. But the OC is like, if you ignore it, then you're ignoring me on purpose kind of deal, and it's like, maybe that's not the kind of pressure I want to put on somebody who doesn't actually know me personally. So, I don't know. I've drawn Vane's OC before. I drew Chesu's OC before. the Mina. I mean, I drew it with Helena. It was an excuse to draw Mina plus Helena. I drew Vane's OC also with Helena, actually. Once again, another one of those kinds of excuses, but Vane's OC is not relevant. He doesn't even draw her, like, at all. I had an OC. They still exist, I just don't draw them. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think the hair is pretty well done overall. I'm tired. Wait, how much time have I been streaming for? Stream? Oh. Oh, shot. Stream's only been going for an hour and 25. I swear I thought it was longer. Huh. Give me a little bit. What's the next step for where we're at then? I guess face, and then start drawing the fucking upper body, yeah. That's it. There really isn't any other deliberation. Oh yeah, I should probably draw the SG in before I forget. The SG goes on that side, right? Am I stupid? Maybe I forgot. Oh yeah, it goes on her left, our right. That is correct. Stretch. Helena. Dear Helena. Hmm. My watch is probably gonna tell me I'm like omega stressed today. Because I've been drawing. Surprisingly, yesterday it actually said I had a relaxing day, didn't it? Right? I don't know. I guess actually, no, that makes sense. I was definitely relaxed. I was dozing off during work hours. I was not. I was not dutifully doing my job yesterday. Today I went into the office because I have less of an excuse to not. So I did go into the office and I did some stuff. Work right now is super bullshit though. I feel like we're not doing anything even when you like have the task to do. It's like, what does this task even mean? Our new manager did start, but like they haven't been in person yet. So I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. They said they'll be in person tomorrow. Or yeah, tomorrow. Ugh. Anyways, I do need to cook vegetable tonight. I was gonna cook was it bok choy? I don't know. It's not bok choy. Was it yu choy? Something like that. It's not bok choy. It's not ah choy. I know that. Yeah, yu choy maybe. I don't remember what it is. Point is, I cook all of my stuff pretty much the same way. It's not gonna be bad. It's not gonna be great. It's just gonna be food. Yeah. Oh man, I need to learn how to cook better, I think. Dude, I just can't shake the fact that like Ariko is a fucking freak too. Because obviously they're into Azur Lane, but more importantly, they ate fucking wasabi Kit Kat on sushi once, and it's like, brother, that's the exact kind of bullshit that I would do for fun, and like, it's just fun. I can't believe it. Like they're genuinely a freak in the same way that I am, as in they're still pretty damn normal and human. But they got some shit that they'll do for no reason at all. Why is this? There we go, rasterized it. I rasterized the layer. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't get over it. It's like, they're an intelligent individual as far as I'm concerned. Maybe they're lying, like maybe online, you know. Be wary of the folks online who masquerade as someone other than themselves, because there's exactly what you can do on the internet. But like, I don't know. Their drawing skill is real, probably. If it's AI, then they've done a immaculate job of covering it up. Because I don't know. They also have history, so like they were good to begin with at some point, and then they decided to switch to using AI. If that's the case, I just don't believe it is. But I'm just pointing it out. Like, if they did, this is what would have to be the case. Her face is kind of fat looking in this right now. It's cute, but let's. It's actually kind of fat. One sec. I'm starting to burn out of playing Uma Musume. When are they gonna give us the auto clear bullshit? The shit that plays the career for us. I really need that. I wonder if the guild will like jump up its fan count requirements when that feature comes out. Because now it's like, oh, you can just autoplay it. You should do that. If they keep it at the 500k that they have been right now, that's fine. I mean, I can get not 500k, 3 million, 30 million a month, which is about a million a day, right? I can easily hit that because I get 500k from. If I want to farm fans, I get 500k from a run. Usually I only get about 400k on a non-specifically farming fans run, but that's still good. I do 2.5 runs, that's covering the day. And usually I do at least 3 runs because I want to do the borrows. I stopped playing nature because she sucks ass, so I'm actually getting fans from most of the runs. Yeah, basically the point is I have already gotten the 30 million that I need for this month, I'm pretty sure, and we're day 19. I'm pretty sure I've already gotten what we need. Just from using regular stem. I'm not even grinding with like the potions and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, I'll still continue to grind. Not because I'm grinding for fans for the club, but more so just because I want to grind and get like better sparks. But some part of me is already kind of burnt out of doing that bullshit. This game's so ass. The spark system is so cancer, bro. It's legitimately as bad or worse than Genshin artifacts. Probably worse. For strictly speaking, from like a probability of getting what you want, I am pretty sure it's worse. However, once you get a good spark, you can just keep using it again and again, right? Genshin artifacts, you gotta farm multiple for every single new character that you get. So while the RNG on one piece might be like less bad than a really good spark, the RNG to get all of them is more time probably than the chance of getting a single decent spark. And the other thing about sparks is like there's some level of optimization that is just basically unreasonable. You should never be trying to farm for sparks that are like legitimately perfect because the probability of hitting them is like literally astronomically low to the point where it's like impossible mathematically speaking. It's just it's that bad. It is just that bad. Okay. Like the odds of getting the stat you want is already 1 in 5, and then getting a good spark, 3 stars on that stat, is 5 to 10% depending on your final stat line. At best, 10%. At best. This means it's like essentially a 2% chance of getting the stat you want and a good spark at best. But that's the main stats bar. 2%, 1 in 50. Think about it. The amount of natural stamina regen that you get every day lets you do like 5 or 6 runs, I think. 1 in 50 chance of getting that. Now, moving on, you also have your secondary style pink sparks and then the green sparks. The green spark is also just random. I don't know the percentage chances, but I'm assuming it's probably pretty similar to like 5% for getting the 3-star version. Yeah, it's dog. And then you've got the pink spark, which is the more egregious of the two because it matters. The green spark matters very little. It's a small benefit compared to the pink sparks. Pink sparks are divided into 3 types, which are picked randomly first. So that's 1 in 3 if you're going for a specific type. And then amongst those, it checks your proficiency with each, and then picks one randomly. And then it picks the number of stars randomly. Like, it is legitimately so ass. That is just the main 3 color sparks. The non-colored sparks are the white sparks. Those are dependent on which races you took and which skills you learned. But they are also they are a 20% chance to get the spark if you took that race or took the skill. 20 fucking percent chance for each of them. If you want to get like a bunch, that is such a low percent chance of getting it. All in all, it's like the chance of a good sparking horse with good white sparks and like everything. I don't even want to think about it, bro. That's less than 1% chance just to get the main sparks. A friend said it's a deal breaker. The system, how bad it is. Like, this is the thing that'll make him stop playing, probably. And I can agree. This shit is ass. Grinding sparks is so disheartening because it's just most everything you get is trash. There's almost never a single thing that's even worth anything. You want to stop for now? I don't know. Um, I'm just taking a little bit of a breather because as much as I like drawing the hair, it is tiring. It's still really rigid, isn't it? I don't know. How many strands did I fucking do, man? There's so many ends. And yeah, this is just the lines. I'm gonna have to color this and then shade it and do all that too. This drawing's still got a lot of work in it. But we're putting it in for Helena. Always best, always worth the most for our best girl. Or whatever you want to say. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Um, I do think I want to stop streaming soon and then go make dinner. Let's hit the 2 hour mark. How about that? So 20 more minutes ish of streaming. I'm say let's start working on the face first. Oops. Face. Right. Ah. I don't understand why skinship is the terminology used for face petting in Fire Emblem Fates. Why did they call it skinship? Like, what does that mean? I may be regarded. Ow. Hmm. Hmm. Ow. I guess yeah, I'm really out of it right now. I need to take a break. Oh, let's do the fucking hair. Wait, what am I doing? I guess I still feel extremely fortunate that I got Max Limit Break Kitasan Black as a free to play. Because there are people who took several hundred pulls and didn't get any, or got very few, or that's how much it took for them to get like Max Limit Break, right? I took 250 to get Max Limit Break, which is like above average. Like it very well should have been worse. 250 average expected is I think 2 Kitasuns. I got, 4. Because you need to limit break 4, you get 4 copies and then you spark 1, which is what I did. Yeah, like that's very good luck overall. Even if it theoretically could have gotten better. Like I'm pretty sure Aku got absolute stupid luck. Bro did not have savings. I'm pretty sure he got his max limit break in like 100 pulls probably. Brother. But yeah, some of us are just luckier than others. I haven't gotten a single 3-star UMA from the freebie pulls in any of the banners yet. But that's to be expected. You're only getting like 9 pulls at most anyways. Yeah, I'm not complaining, I'm just stating that that's the case. Eventually I'll get one. Like, probability is in my favor to get one if I keep playing the game, right? Right? I mean, yeah, it is. It's just a matter of who is it, when, and like if they're even relevant or good at that point or whatnot, right? You know what? I don't think I'm gonna do this. At least not right now. Just high roll, by the way. You don't need good cards, just high roll. Disingenuous motherfuckers. High rolling requires a lot of like just dedication and luck in the end. You still have to get lucky. Doesn't matter. Like it's so the way this is like one of the big issues I have with the like this whole how lucky and like luck based and volatile the entire like success in Uma Musume is because it doesn't matter how much time or effort you put in really. All putting more time and effort in is it just gives you a higher chance of succeeding at some point. But you very well could just never succeed. Like there's always that possibility. It doesn't matter how much time you put in. There's no guarantee on the general like success. Like sparking and like pulling from the gacha, that's the part you can spend money on to get more out of your account, right? But you can't do anything about low rolling every single training career or whatnot, right? You can't do anything. All you can do is put yourself in a better position by spending money to like get more, what's it called? High level support cards, etc. Like these help, but they don't guarantee anything. There is no guarantee ever, really. Like I'm pretty sure my account is not too much worse than Warorg's over there. He probably has better cards and shit, but as it currently stands, like that's because he has spent like 200 bucks on the game already. I have spent nothing. Like there's not really that much you can compare in that regards. I've just simply been free to play while he is not. Also, I'm pretty sure there is an overlap with the like Mayano banner and the Anita Bryant banner, right? There's usually at least like a couple of days overlap. The end of one, the beginning of the next. So if they're adjacent banners. So if we get Mayano early, we can try for Brian. Like that's still an option. I don't really care for Brian particularly, but I just hear she's good. But I've also heard Saiyan Sky is good. I should probably look into why, just to understand if I want to actually pull for them. Because if it's like, oh, they're good for characters that I don't care to build, then I do not care. So also, yeah, here we are. Back to actually talking about the drawing, I guess. The rounds here, I'm going to put these in because I am used to having this kind of guideline for my eyes. But looking at like Artico's art and looking at other people's art, I'm thinking to make eyes look a little softer, we are not going to actually have them in the final, right? This is just to get the shape drawn in while we're doing lines, and then I will either delete this or blur it later. That's how we've handled it in the past. That's how I think mostly others handle it. Yeah, or we can make them not black. The black eye liner is very jarring too. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this is a placeholder layer right now that either will be modified later or deleted altogether. Horror got a request in on Ariko this month. Wonder when that's gonna be done. I'm pretty sure he requested Helena again, because he's one of the only guys who does that. Biggest Helena advocate in the world. I didn't even request Helena when I got it. I requested Poppy. Umapioi, umapioi, murachi, uma unya unya sani ichi fight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kimi no aiba ga bokyu bokyu bushiri desu. Bokyu bokyu nagasaru hashimete. Happy, happy, darling, sunny, ichiko, fight. Whoopie, whoopie, darling, sunny, ichi, woo, fight. Umarachi. Umapioi, umapioi, ooh. I mean, if I were a girl, I would like girls too. I don't understand what the problem with being lesbian is. I just don't understand what there is to like about guys, personally. Being one, that's kind of depressing. I just don't see the like appeal or attraction in any sense. Why would you want anyone like me or us? Outside of it being the societal norm, like I just don't see it. This eye is off balance. Oh no. What? How? It's okay. Mouth, nose. Oh, I think we hit the 2 hour mark. Because I was like, lazy for a minute as well. Yeah, let me finish up this section and then I'll stop streaming for now. I might work on it again tonight because after dinner should still have some time today because it's not as late as yesterday. Gah. Tired. Alright. Wrapping it up for now, brothers. I may be back or not, one way or another. I'll probably be here again tomorrow, at least, if not later tonight. Okay. Our progress today in this stream was just lining all of this. The hair and a little bit of that face. Helena. Alright. Be back another day or time.